season. The Warriors kind of sputtered out of the gate. They don't have Clay. They didn't have Draymond. And people were kind of putting some slander on the Steph Curry name, and he responded with a 62-point performance yesterday. Jalen, what message did Curry send with this great game against the Blazers?
The message that he's going to need to send all season if they're going to be a playoff team and if they're going to advance, that he's an all-NBA first-team caliber player and the best point guard in the league. It was great after watching him play 5 games last year to see him get back to this elite, outstanding level where his usage was up, his minutes and his effectiveness was really high. Draymond Green being out there had a lot to do with it with his screens and his playmaking. But also Steph Curry has to put the league and the fans and the world on notice that yes, we're not the favorite to win it all this year, but I'm going to make sure I do work. That's what we saw Russ do when KD left OKC. That's what we see Harden doing. That's what we see Dame Lillard doing in Portland. So Steph Curry is charged with doing that. It was great to see him score 62.
Jalen, I have a confession. I was one of the doubters. I was watching these early Warriors games. I was thinking to myself, like, they might not even make the playoffs. Like, they're guys developing Wiseman. Wiggins doesn't really look right. Oubre wasn't hitting shots. And I was like, this team doesn't look very good. But a performance like this from Steph, if you're going to get half of this from Steph every night, they can not just make the playoffs, but make some noise. I don't think Oubre will continue to shoot this poorly. I think Wiggins will come into his own. I think Wiseman will develop. Like, this is going to be a very interesting team to watch. And one thing I love about this performance is Steph was not shy about it. He said, I heard all of you. I heard everything you were saying. And that motivated me to put up 62 points on the Blazers to a team over the past few years who are sort of leapfrogging the Warriors in the standings.
The only time success comes before work is in the dictionary. And when early in the year, when people like you were doubting, you know what he did? He made 105 straight shots from three-point range. He was in the gym continuing to work on his craft. And then it paid off in a major way. And the result was the 62-point game. You understand what I'm saying? And so that's what I like that I saw. Him be able to take those performances and now all of a sudden have his breakthrough signature performance of this early season.
Jalen, you and I both know what really turned around the season for Steph Curry, right? Me and you both know what really happened. What really made this 62-point performance happen. What is it?
I'm glad you reminded me. Because when he was making that 105, he took the braids out.
Braids are too tight.
When he had, they were struggling. I said it, and you know how much I love Steph. But I'm not a cool kid. I'm not a cool kid. So I'm not acting like I know what the style is. You see what I'm saying? But either way, they must have been too tight. Because now his scalp can breathe, Jacoby. Look at that.
He's good.
Now
he's free. Look at that hair.
He's free.
He's so much free. All that tension released from his cranium. He's free to breathe, free to hit. 105 threes in a row. And it felt like he hit 105 threes yesterday against the Blazers.
We got to ask him. We got to get him on the show.
Steph Curry, you know the braids were too tight. You talk about the motivation from people like me doubting you. It was really the braids were too tight at the beginning of the season. And finally, we want you to admit that on wax. We have so much more to get to. King Henry and the Titans. King Henry goes over 2,000 yards, but he'll be facing Lamar Jackson in the Ravens in the playoffs, who went over 1,000 yards. That and much more. Stay tuned. You're watching a jam-packed.
Hey, Steph Curry and the Warriors taking on the Trailblazers. Steph had himself a night. I mean, he had himself a 62-point night, a career high. Yeah, awesome indeed. Here's how it all went down. Halfway through the first quarter, Warriors up 2. Curry dancing around the arc. Got Dame Lillard on him and drops that in Dame's grill. Curry already with 9. A little later, Curry running to get open. Just enough space. Puts him at 14. Finished the first with 21. Step back. Got CJ to jump, and he's got 31 at the half. Here's Draymond Green on how Steph came out of the gate.
I could just see, like, Steph has a tendency at times to kind of around with the basketball. There was no around. He came out, and everything was shot or attack.
What he said. All of it.
You know what, though? He was on a mission, I think, to make a statement.
Well, he normally comes out and he blanks around, and he didn't blank around last night, like Draymond said. Hey, 59, and he wasn't done. Draymond to Steph, and he dropped another three. Watch this one. Two defenders on him. He don't care.
Oh.
Can the brother get a foul? 62. Here's Steph.
It was a good night. From the jump, knew I was feeling fresh and had things going. Just see if I could sustain it, throughout the game, and it was good, obviously, to get the win, considering how our season has started against a really good team. But to get a 60 ball, join my splash brother Klay Thompson in the club, it meant a lot.
All right, let's go by the numbers on Mr. Curry. Steph needed only 36 minutes to collect his career-high 62 points against the Blazers, making him the first player since Kobe in 2005 to drop 62 in 36 minutes or fewer. At 32 years, 295 days old, he's the second oldest player in NBA history with a 60-point game. Only Kobe was older at 37 years, 234 days old. And Curry became the first player in the play-by-play era with over 30 points in each half. The only other player with 30 and a half of a game in that span, back to Kobe in 2005.
It's clear that some things have been frustrating you at the start of the season. So what were the things that have been marinating in your mind that helped them come out for a 21-point first quarter and then extending that to a 62-point record night?
I mean, losing in the fashion that we were in the first three games was never a good feeling, but you got to take those lumps and learn from them. And I think I think I said on Friday, we got to test our resiliency, and we obviously proved that tonight. We got a lot more work to do. It's more so just trying to get to that level that we expect, and to be able to get a chemistry and a kind of expectation of what it's going to take for us to win this year. And we showed a lot of bright spots, obviously, tonight. Offensively, I saw the pictures and, the way that they were defending me a lot better. I was able to pick and choose my spots, obviously be aggressive from the start, and, shots fall. It was a pretty crazy night.
And Draymond said you could tell right away there was a look or eye starting to stand. Is part of this still personal for you?
Cue the Jordan meme, right? I take all that personally. It's just an opportunity to kind of assert my will on the game early and try to create some energy and, get off to the right foot. I think as crazy as it sounds after the game, all we really wanted to do was win the first quarter and take it from there. And obviously that's what we did, and continued momentum. And, we got a winning spirit. We just got to figure out how to do it consistently. And against the good teams in the league, it's going to test us.
You so much feed off of the fans and that energy, and you seem to kind of ignite your own energy with your teammates. How was that? And was it kind of strange not to have a building full of people, cheering every shot that you hit?
It was different. I heard Coach talk about all 42 people in the stands, gave me a round of applause for leaving the last 30 seconds of the game. But more so, we just had a better energy to start the game where you can feed off of that. And in this league, that's all you really need. And, we have talented guys that I think that we care, and we're trying to get to the level again that we want to be at. So when you have something to be excited about, you kind of feed off your own energy, and things start to go your way. So there is no. I was around when obviously when Klay scored 60, and there's a different environment, a different experience, and you understand what that's like. This was totally different, but I'll take it. Hey, why not?
If you do, you do. But do you feel like you need to hunt shots more like you did tonight than maybe you did the first few games?
I mean, it's more so just seeing how the defense is playing me and just trying to make the right decisions. Obviously, I think I got to shoot and I got to score, but how it could look different from night to night. So that's what I got to continue to understand and being aggressive might not mean getting, double-digit shots every quarter. It's kind of just, again, and especially as we start to implement our offense and see those patterns, we can start to open up more space, and I can, affect the game that way. But I definitely have to be aggressive. I got to be